This tutorial. Here we are going to discuss about Python 3.9 new methods. So I've listed some of the methods like few of the string methods and two of the math methods. Other are the HTTP codes which was recently introduced in the 3.9 version. So we are going to see that each example how it's going to be work with the code, right? This remove prefix and this suffix, which are very important in the real-time projects because we do more onto the string operations, right? So I'm going to talk about now this remove prefix and suffix. Let me take one example string. Say that, for example, news equal to, and we can assign some string here. Say that, for example, uh, we can say something like this: the Python 3.9 was released, okay, in 5th October and 2020. Yeah, and so you can put some comma, or like after that we can add some dots, or like whatever it is, you can do it. But if I want to remove the prefix of the, okay, the word the, then I need to use the so let's go to now. We can use the print statement directly here. The print of news is a string dot, and there is here you go, right? Remove. First, we need to delete the prefix. So I just want to delete the prefix. So the is the prefix. So I'm gonna pass now the here. It's a substring. So basically, when you want to remove the prefix, you have to pass the substring. Okay. Now I'm going to execute this code and see the output. Just for your information, I am running this code on the Python 3.9. Okay, so executing this code. I got the output. So these removed from the given string. Okay, so same code if I go to the Python 3.8. Okay, if I execute this code, we'll get the string object has no attribute remove prefix. That means this method was not there in the previous versions. Okay, so I'm now changing back to this uh, the interpreter to the 3.9. Again, I'm executing this code. Fine. What if I give something wrong or incorrect string? For example, the x. If I go and execute this code, so since there is no substring is found in the given string, so we return back to the normal string. Okay, so this is what the output. So it is not going to throw any error, but it will give the return the same string, original string. Okay, so that is about the prefix. And similarly, we can also use the uh, suffix. Okay, so remove, and this time is a suffix. Suffix is the end of the tail of the string. Okay, now these are the dots. I want to remove it from the uh, given string, but the problem is, okay, if I go and give directly this, if I execute this code, uh, okay, this will be deleted. So that means you may think like there would be some space and all, right? But this is deleted. This is considered as the whole string itself, right? Now news dot remove suffix, this is removed it. But what if I give some extra two dots? I'm going to execute this code. So that extra two dots is uh, not found in the given string. So we got the written the original string. So just keep in that mind, and that's where it is executing the code, right? So this is all about removing the prefixes and suffixes. Okay, and similarly, as I said, the another methods is the math methods. It's called the GCD and the LCM, and these two are very mostly we use it in the mathematical operations. Okay, maybe it can be useful in the data science operations, or like if you're doing any scientific mathematical operations, this method is going to help you a lot. And as we already know that we have the there is a separate inbuilt module called math. So So yeah, this is import math. So basically import math we can use, or else from math and import LCM and GCD we can write both the methods. Okay, and these two methods actually they're in 3.9. If you're trying to execute in the previous versions, it won't work basically. So now what I'm going to do, right, so I'm using this print of math dot and LCM. Okay, so this LCM expects the more integers also. What is the LCM stands for? Least common multiplier. Okay, so least common multiplier. So this is nothing but the smallest number that can be divided, right? So I can pass here 2 comma 3. Okay, so you can also directly print this. For example, if I go and execute this, I got the 6. That is the least the possible value or the smallest number that can be divided. Okay, that's what we got the output. And similarly we can use the print statement of math and dot gcd. Okay, so I can pass the values here. So we can say that, for example, 49 comma 14, if I go and execute this code, I'll get the 7, right? So this is how the GCD and LCM is calculated. GCD is stands for like greatest common divisor, okay, and which is the largest number that divided by both the numbers. Okay, so that's why it's not only about the two numbers. We can also use the LCM and GCD for the multiple values. Okay, we can say math dot LCM of, and then we can pass the, for example, 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, something like this. If we go and execute the code, we'll get the 12. Okay, so that means the LCM and GCD, these mathematical operations, I can use it for the uh, more than two values, three values, four values. Okay, so that's where like this is going to be done. And maybe you think like, so print of math dot LCM of for example 16, just like one number. If I'm going to give still 16, so by basically least value is 16 only, so you can give one number, two number, three number, four number, five numbers. So this basically LCM will accept the star number. Star number is nothing but variable length. Okay, so different types of arguments we have it, right? Star indicates the variable length arguments, double star indicates the keyword length arguments, right, in the functions. That's what we know it. So that's where like LCM GCD can be applicable for the mathematical operations. Now moving on to the last one, that is HTTP codes, which is not the methods basically. These are the codes which is newly introduced in the HTTP. We already know that when there is a HTTP status is 200, that means the we got the response is success. And similar fashion, so I'm going to show you some important things on my screen. Just 1 second. Yeah, you can see there is a HTTP status codes 103. So 103 is for the early hints, 4184 is I am a teapot, and 425 is too early. These are the newly added HTTP status. And if you want to test this one, so you have to import the, okay, so from, or like just use the import and HTTP, or we can use something like this, from HTTP and import, I say that HTTP status. Okay, and we can use print statement and HTTP status dot, and there is a early hints here. And if you want to print the value, so just we can say here value, go and execute this code, I'll get the 103. Okay, similarly the print of and HTTP status dot, and as we can see in this, there is something called too early or something like this one, right, newly added one. So too early dot value, if we go and execute this code, I'll get the value. So that is the 425. So we got the 425. So similarly we can use also I am a teapot also. This is going to be executed. Okay, and it's not only that one, you can also pass the value, okay, rather than doing in the reverse manner. Okay, so we can use the print statement and use the HTTP status and dot Basically in this HTTP status zone you can pass 103. Actually this early hints value is 103. Same value I am passing it here and checking that what is the price. I mean we are reverse way we are getting the value. So previously we passed the early hints, we are getting the value. This time we are passing the value and we are getting the status code. Okay, so first one the code value, next one is the code. So we can do it in multiple ways. So these are the very important methods which we can use it in the data sciences and various or machine learning or in various programming technologies where we use the Python, which is going to help you a lot. These are the new Python features. Thanks for watching the video. We'll catch up in the next video. Thank you.